Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati has accused the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly of ignoring their submissions when writing its final report that has recommended their exit from the commission. This afternoon, members of the National Assembly are expected to debate the report, which is in its second reading. Our reporter Vincent Oduor has been on that story and he joins us live from the newsroom. Vincent, what are we learning? We do apologize for that issue with the audio, and Vincent Oduor, of course, was following up on that story. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission were this morning before the Building Bridges Initiative, and of course also with the Parliament Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, of course, just issuing their submissions there as well. Let's go back to Vincent Oduor with that report.
Absolutely. Today, IEBC Commissioner, including the chairman Wafula Chebukati, together with his two remaining commissioners, appeared before the Building Bridges Initiative today at KICC to present some of the recommendations they would like to be taken into consideration. And you know, today, as per today, IEBC is running with only two commissioners and the chairman. And some of the recommendations they presented before the BBI task force is that they would like to have a staggered elections whereby there's no need of holding, elections for the 6 positions in one day, and instead to stagger them, whereby we have a situation whereby we start with the elections, with the county elections, and thereafter we move to the national elections, and that will make their work more efficient and effective. Another recommendation they presented before the BBI is that of having a staggered appointment of commissioners of IEBC, whereby in any time an election comes up, we have an experienced commissioner in the IEBC instead of every time having new commissioners in the commission for every election. That makes it a big problem because you end up having commissioners with no institutional memory. And another recommendation they talked about today is the need to have the election results being transmitted to multi-locations instead of transmitting the election results to the IEBC server alone. And this is whereby they are saying that political parties should also have some servers whereby the election results can be transmitted to, so as to remove any kind of mischief to try and interfere with the results. Those are some of the recommendations, and some of the challenges they talked about also today is inadequate funding, and they're saying that they need some enough funding to be able to also clear their pending bills, because they are saying that they're experiencing pending bills that are growing each and every day. And also they need some money to be able to take care and maintain the technology that was used during last general election, because they're saying if they don't get the funding to maintain this technology, the technology will end up being obsolete and it won't be able to be used again, and therefore Kenya will be forced again to invest in another technology. Basically, these are some of the issues that came up as Chairman Wafula Chebukati presented some of the recommendations. And also one thing that is happening today, as you've said, the National Assembly is going to debate the report of the Public Accounts Committee that had recommended the exit of IEBC chiefs, led by the chairman himself, Wafula Chebukati, together with his two commissioners. And they're going to decide whether to pass it the way it is or to do some amendments on the report. And it's going to happen today in the afternoon. And earlier on, we were able to speak to the chairman of Wafula Chebukati and asked him what does he make of this report that really indicted him together with his two remaining commissioners. And here is what he said.
After we finished answering audit queries, the PSC invited former commissioner and the former CEO to also come and give an input on the audit queries. But of course, the former CEO made allegations which were not even part of the audit queries. And we have seen the report of PSC. Most of what we presented, both in writing and oral, is not captured in that report. So most of the information we gave has not been used in that report or for purpose of arriving at the recommendations which you are referring to. And so we believe, we don't know what happened, why PSC ignored our submissions, but the matter is on the floor of the House. We shall let the House discuss it. I believe in Parliament there are men and women who will be able to see through the report.
Absolutely. Today we are going to have a heated debate before the House of the National Assembly as the members of Parliament debate the report. And you know, the report is in its second reading. They're going to decide whether they're going to change it or they're going to, you know, pass the recommendation as per the report that will see the IEBC chiefs go home, because it is a hot debate, because, you know, members of Parliament, some of them want all the commissioners of the IEBC to go home and be able to constitute another commission, while others also want to have a situation whereby political parties will be able to nominate also commissioners to the IEBC. And therefore, these are some of the issues that are going to come up during today's afternoon debate, and we'll be able to update you on what will transpire today. Right now, back to studio.